Thank you for joining us once again on the newsroom at 1. I am Folashade Ogrinde. Some lawmakers from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have walked out of the House of Representatives chamber over Clause 52 of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. The bill had generated a huge controversy at both chambers of the National Assembly on Thursday. However, while the Senate passed the bill on Thursday, it was stepped down at the lower legislative chamber. Minority Leader Ndudi Elumelu led the PDP caucus out of the chamber on Thursday afternoon after Elumelu raised an objection to the decision to consider Clause 52 alongside other clauses, despite the fact that a decision had not been arrived at. He argued that the opposition lawmakers would not sit and watch as their concerns are being ignored. An officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service (Kuje) on Friday told the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja that chairman of the defunct pension reform tax team, Abdulrasheed Maina, was not in court because of knee problems. The officer, who did not mention his name in the court, told Justice Okun Abang shortly after the matter was called. Justice Abang then recorded that Maina was absent for the proceeding. Earlier, Mina's counsel, Abel Adaji, had prayed the court for a short adjournment. The National Broadcasting Commission has ordered television and radio stations in Nigeria not to divulge details of the activities of bandits, terrorists, and kidnappers in their reports. The regulator specifically directed radio and television stations not to glamorize the nefarious activities of insurgents during their daily newspaper reviews. The NBC, in a letter issued to television and radio stations, stressed the need for caution by broadcasters while reporting security challenges in the country. A new report by the World Health Organization (WHO) has confirmed that HIV infection is a significant independent risk factor for both severe and critical COVID-19 cases at hospital admission and in hospital mortality. WHO, in a statement, noted that nearly a quarter of people living with HIV and who were hospitalized as a result of COVID-19 infection ended up dying. The agency believes that the soon-to-be-released recommendations will help to ensure that people with HIV can start and continue treatment during times of service disruption as a consequence of the COVID-19 pandemic. President Muhammadu Buhari and 12 other African presidents and governments have concluded their one-day meeting in Abidjan with a strong resolution to accelerate economic recovery from the shocks of COVID-19 pandemic. In a short declaration endorsed at the meeting, the heads of state emphasized that economic recovery, job creation, and investment in human capital are critical to help people recover from the shocks of the pandemic. They called for a robust replenishment of the World Bank Group's International Development Association to support these efforts. France's President Emmanuel Macron is set to host a new international conference on crisis-hit Lebanon next month, on the first anniversary of a devastating explosion at Beirut's port that killed some 200 people and wrecked much of the Lebanese capital. The French Foreign Ministry said in a statement the event to be organized with the help of the United Nations to respond to the needs of the Lebanese, whose situation is deteriorating every day. Macron had hosted a first aid conference in the wake of the port explosion, rallying some 250 million euros in pledges. But former colonial power France has repeatedly expressed anger over the failure of Lebanon's leaders to end the political and economic crisis which was brewing before the explosion. In sports, the United States and Canada have both recorded emphatic wins in Concacaf Group B match, advancing to the knockout stage of the tournament in Kansas City. Canada has won their first two group games and the U.S. remain in second place with the same record but are behind by one on the total goals tiebreaker. The leaders will square off Sunday in Kansas City in the group final. But that's it on our update at this hour. Do join us at the top of the hour for more. I am Folashade Ogrinde. Bye for now.